games, more back-to-backs, shows you how much can be taken for granted.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. On court spots are the deadly George and Leonard. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. And it's Muscala in at the 5. MP will be in the upcoming All-Star game. What a special honor for him.
It's a huge deal to go to the All-Star game. MP has worked hard to earn his spot. That's not just something they hand out.
Now Kennard, after the missed 3 from Mr. Clutch. Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Here's Mr. Clutch. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
The pass to Leonard. That one rolling around and rims out. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by George. From past the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor, or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes. Makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
The inside. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson. Leonard's got his second bucket.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there. And I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy.
Here's Claxton against Washington. He was really on his game. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Clippers trail by 8. Jackson kicks to George. Now here's Jackson. 17 points for him last game against New York.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Muscala misses. Nets leading by 8. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute. Now, they lost the first game against this team, but the coach said he's not worried. Thinks they just have to rely on their offense a little more. He told me, look, the first time didn't go the way we'd like, but I still think we can score against these guys. We have to keep the ball moving, and then we have to finish strong. They're trying to even up the season series at 1, Kevin. We'll see how they do. Back to you.
Great reporting, DA, as always. The team focused on establishing an offensive rhythm early, GA.
Well, yeah, the earlier you can get everybody in sync, the better your efficiency.
And the obvious part, too, you don't want to play from behind the whole game if you can avoid it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the Clippers call time here. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
I mean, the ridiculous production from beyond the arc. They have to find a way to cool him down.
Brooklyn on defense. Pass to Kennard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And the Nets, another three.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Outside Leonard. And they get it. And the Clippers miss again.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Nets leading by 20. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the Nets, another three.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Now, here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one, and the shot goes down.
Love the finish through contact. Kawhi is even stronger than he looks.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
And here's Jackson after the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. George passes to Kennard. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Mr. Clutch has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Outside, George. Back to Jackson. George against Durant. To the paint. Here's Kennard. And Mr. Clutch pulls it down.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
And the NBA has favored three-point shooting here as of late,
which has made players like Luke Kennard very valuable in the process, GA. The lefty stroke of Kennard is a thing of beauty, and he shoots the three ball with such confidence.
Curry against Kennard. The shot by George, wide open. And again, no good by the Clippers. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
And here is Muscala after the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. Kennard against Curry. Here's Muscala. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's covered by Leonard. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Muscala. It's George on the wing. Elbow shot is on the way. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Mr. Clutch, good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And George kicks to Kennard. Now the pass to Muscala. Kennard against Curry. Goes up on the wing. Kennard's shot is off.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by George. Here's Mr. Clutch, and the Nets another three.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Down low, here's Leonard. And again, unable to change momentum here. Leonard's gone 3 of 9 shooting. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Washington.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And here's George for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Mr. Clutch has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kicks it out to Leonard. Three-pointer. That shot misses. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Fires it up. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Dishes to Muscala. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a new group in for the Nets. Sharp checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Warren comes in for Kevin Durant. Joe Harris is checked in for Seth Curry. And Simmons subbed in for Irving. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Muscala. Amir Coffey comes in for George. Mann's checked in for Luke Kennard. And John Wall subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And here's Wall after the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, Wall. Pass to Mann.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Fires from deep. And another one.
And the 50-point games continue to add up for him.
Well, every game takes him closer to the next benchmark. Next up, second place all time.
And Wilt had 30 games of 50 points or more back in 1963. And that number gets closer and closer with games like this.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Substitutions on the court.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. The guard set is Irving and Curry. Durant is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Wizards was terrific. He scored an amazing number of points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
What I like is they just kept calling his number. Sometimes we see coaches go away from what's working, and we wonder why.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
Now, here is Morris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Pass to Kennard. And it's blocked.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Good, he hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Passes it to Morris. He kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. And there's the pass to Kennard. Over Curry. Almost, but it rolls out.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And here's Jackson after the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. Pass to George. Back to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And they recover it. Muscala. And he converts the layup. Muscala's got his first basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 25-point game against New York.
And don't let his defensive work get passed over. With all his steals, he was just as valuable on D as he was at the other end.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Another one goes. Incredible. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
George dishes to Morris. It's deflected. Here's Mr. Clutch. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. From deep three-point range, and good, he hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And George kicks to Jackson. It's Muscala, top of the key. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Here's George. And Durant sends it back.
Beautiful defense from KD, a capable shot blocker, both on ball and in help situations.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far, making life difficult on shooters.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
The shot by George, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Simply one of the best shooting performances you are ever going to see. A three-point barrage.
Trying to get something going, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Thomas is checked in, and a switch here also for the Clippers. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Muscala. Connects from three-point range.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. To the middle. Here's Morris. Richards. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The shot's good. You look at the current stars in the league, Steve, and team compositions, it seems like the big man is truly back. Is it because he can do more things than just play down low?
Definitely, Kevin. They can dominate with their size, with rebounding and manning the paint offensively and defensively. But then now you have guys that can get out, start the break, finish the break, and knock down threes.
And here are the Clippers now. After the basket by Brooklyn, Kennard's shot is off. Here's Mr. Clutch. Off target from three-point range. And Los Angeles guys shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. And it's George finishing it off.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
Three-pointer.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Clippers grab the miss. 1:57 left in the first half of basketball. Jackson against Durant. Here's Morris. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Non-stop scoring machine here. And again for 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the miss by Marcus Morris. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. There's a minute left in the second quarter. And again, no good by the Clippers.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Beyond the arc. And another shot. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
So it's Brooklyn holding an unbelievable lead.
At the half, the score, Brooklyn 102, the Clippers 20.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. On court spots are the deadly George and Leonard. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. And it's Muscala in at the 5 spot. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Paul George missing from long range.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Jackson kicks to George. Irving against Jackson. Here's Kennard. Plenty of space. Muscala misses.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they're been able to score the basketball.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Outside Leonard. George looking over the floor. Passes it to Jackson. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing. They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime. In the 2020 playoff bubble, some players struggled. Reggie Jackson was one of those guys, but he bounced back in a big way.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this league. And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Brooklyn. And with Jackson, Smitty, he went right back to being the player he was back in 21.
He was an aggressive attacking scorer with an edge, GA, and the 21-22 season was one of his best ever.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. The Nets have tremendous talent, of course, but there have been some challenges. KD says, I know the fans have high expectations for us, but if you're a fan, you'll appreciate Nets basketball and what we're trying to build. and you'll follow us along this journey because you never know what may happen. Kevin, back to you.
Great. David, thank you. The pass to Kennard. Here's George. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's the three. Yep, it's good. And another three from Mr. Clutch.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Now, here's George from deep. And Mr. Clutch pulls it down.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot. Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
There's Jackson with the three. A rebound by the Nets. Mr. Clutch has got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. For Brooklyn, they've gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. And the three ball is good.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Paul George missing from long range. Here's Mr. Clutch. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Good on the triple.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside Leonard. Shot to stop the run. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Now, here's Kennard. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Good work there as it goes. KD's got 5.
A graceful athlete in his prime of his career. Durant with great body control through contact.
Back to Jackson. Inside, Leonard. The shot missing. Great D that time for Mr. Clutch. Claxton the pass to Irving. There's Mr. Clutch. Kennard covering. Another bucket. Wow! He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
No one on him. He committed to fading away. Probably could have taken more time with that shot.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Right side George. To end the drought. That shot off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Mr. Clutch. No good from outside. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Leonard, that's for 2. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Say what? I said, anyone want a t-shirt? Oh, yeah. I see you. Let's go.
And a new group out there on the... LA has gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. They've got Harris. O'Neal is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Sumner in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
And again, it's the Nets missing. The Clippers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Pass to man. Back to Wall. And the average age of NBA players is getting younger and younger, and now about a year younger than they were a decade ago, Steve.
Kevin, I'm sure you're correct, but for me, I'm also seeing guys play longer and longer and longer. The old guys are sticking around.
And Brooklyn has possession, following the miss by John Wall. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to man. Kicks it out to Leonard. Hits the jumper in space. And that's 13 points for Leonard.
As a coach, you feel so comfortable with Kawhi on the floor. He's one of those guys, when the clock is ticking down, get him the ball.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Coffey. Leonard dishes the Wall. 11 feet away. A rebound by the Nets. Here's Mr. Clutch. A 3-ball. And good! There's another.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a galling win for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Mr. Clutch.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Mr. Clutch. He got it again. Sensational.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And finished off by Leonard.
And you got to like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
And it's just competing and, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Here's Mr. Clutch from the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Jalen McDaniels, BJ Boston, Jason Preston.
Steps back and fires. Misses. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time